Ooh, yes. I love reggae music. Yes. I love midnight sound. Midnight sound. Midnight sound. Midnight sound.
Today I opened an old box that time had kept away. There were yellowed photos, letters never sent. Every object held a story to tell, as if the years wanted to return. I don't miss the past, I miss who I used to be. The traces of yesterday remain alive beneath my skin. They remind me where I come from, so I know who I wanna be. Time took away moments, but not the emotion, because the heart never loses its memory. There are songs that awaken everything that is past, and in just a few seconds that old sun returns. I don't wanna live looking back, but neither do I want to forget the people who shaped the way I love. The traces of yesterday remain alive beneath my skin. They remind me where I come from, so I know who I wanna be. Time took away moments, but not the emotion, because the heart never loses its memory. The traces of yesterday will always walk with me.
After so many winters, I no longer expected the sun. I learned to live quietly with the echo of pain. The coffee shops remain full, the cities stayed the same, but I walked as if absent, like someone who had stopped searching. I had tucked my dreams away in an old drawer, convinced that destiny had forgotten about us both. Then you appeared one afternoon for no reason, with a simple smile, and the world changed color. You made no grand promises, no spoke of eternity. You simply arrived, and everything began to breathe again. You arrived without a sound, like the dawn arrives when no one is expecting it, and suddenly life blooms again. You arrive without a sound, with no returned. I won't speak of destiny, I'll speak of that afternoon when you smiled without knowing that you were rebuilding my heart. You arrived without a sound, and today every morning begins with you. You arrive without a sound, with no desire to impress. There are people who don't arrive to change your life, they arrive to give it back to you. Some people walk through the door, you walk straight into my life.
There was a little street where the world was all about play. A worn-out ball, a doorway, and a dead end. A snack in the backpack, knees that ached, and a mother at the window calling us with love. The sun sank slowly over the glass pane courtyard. We didn't know that it was all going to end. It took so little to feel invincible. A friend, an afternoon, a dream that seemed impossible. Take me back again to the summers of my life, where time didn't race and laughter was endless. Take me back again to that boundless sky, when being happy was easy and life was simple. There were bikes without brakes and adventures waiting to happen. Castles made of earth that we learned to build. Grandparents at the doorway, the scent of fresh baked bread. Songs on the radio, playing at dusk. Today I'd give anything to go back just once more, to that age when the future was nothing but an imagination. Now I understand that childhood isn't lost when you grow up. It stays somewhere, waiting to return. Take me back again to the summers of my life, where time didn't race and laughter was endless. Take me back again to that boundless sky, when being happy was easy and life was simple. If I could speak to the child I once was, I'd tell him, don't be in a rush. Stay there a little longer. Hold on to those afternoons. Hold on to that song, because one day there'll be a refuge. When your heart feels heavy, take me back again to the summers of my life, to running in the rain, to sleeping with joy. Take me back, even if only in my memory, because there are little memories that become our story. Take me back again to that boundless sky, when being happy was easy and life was simple. And if I close my eyes, I can still hear my childhood calling me from the end of the street.
grass I haven't seen awaken, doors that remain closed, waiting for a chance. Every step I take brings me closer to the life I imagine. When I gaze at the sea, I don't know what's to come, but I know where I'm going. I don't know what's to come, but my heart keeps on growing. Tomorrow could be the best place where dreams learn how to fly. Tomorrow it can begin for those who try again. Tomorrow could be the best place where hope won't let me fall. Tomorrow I rise again and answer every call. Doubts come along with me, but they no longer call the shots. They learn that hope is right behind me, close enough to keep me whole. I don't know what's to come, but I know where I'm going. I don't know what's to come, but my heart keeps on growing. Tomorrow could be the best place where dreams learn how to fly. Tomorrow it can begin for those who try again. Tomorrow could be the best place where hope won't let me fall. Tomorrow I rise again and answer every call. I don't fear making mistakes. I fear ceasing to believe. So I hold on to the spark and let it carry me. Tomorrow is already waiting with open arms for me. Tomorrow I can begin with a sky to conquer clean. Tomorrow is already waiting and I can feel it near. Tomorrow I rise again and step beyond my fear. In my parents' house there was a clock on the wall. Every hour it chimed softly, as if saying everything is fine. As a child I wanted to grow up, to reach tomorrow quickly. I thought happiness always lived further ahead. I chased after the years, after promises yet to be kept, unaware that the best days were already passing me by. How often we mistake being in a rush for truly living. And while we gaze so far ahead, the garden slips away. Today I wanna stop the clock on the wall. Life never asked me to run, it only wanted me present. To look more slowly, to embrace a little more the best memories. myself doing exactly the same thing, forgetting that Sundays have a purpose too. I realized some time ago that coffee tastes better when no one is watching the time go by. There are hugs that last seconds, yet stay with you a lifetime. There are small conversations that end up being eternal. Today I wanna stop the clock on the wall. Life never asked me to run. It only wanted me present, to look more slowly, to embrace a little more. The best memories never wear a watch. If tomorrow I could go back to any moment I've lived, I wouldn't choose the most important day. I'd choose just any day. A family meal, a walk in the rain, an afternoon doing nothing, because I realized too late that happiness always wore the clothes of the ordinary. Today I let the clock keep ticking away the hours, but I no longer let it define my life. I'm gonna look people in the eye, listen until the very end, kiss without checking my phone, arrive without so much anxiety, because time passes regardless. But we decide how to live it. The old clock keeps chiming only now. Each chime reminds me that this moment will never come again.
Today I found a photograph in a cardboard box, dust on the corners, heart still warm. We were all smiling in the frame, not knowing what was next. The house smelled like Sunday, coffee and voices. The table was full, even with the missing seat. And it's not that I wanna go back or live inside the past. I just miss who we were before we knew we were there. When everything was simpler, a song was enough, a sincere hug could heal the hurt. When everything was simpler, the world moved slow. Love said I'm here and stayed by your side, stayed by your side. Before so many screens, before all the rushing around, we looked at each other and tried to understand. A friendship started with a knock on the door, no counting messages, no keeping score. We had less in our hands and somehow more in our lives. And I don't blame the years or destiny or time. I just miss that calm I didn't know how to hold. When everything was simpler, a song was enough, a sincere hug could heal the hurt. When everything was simpler, hold this life the way I once did. Two strangers sharing the same station, with pockets full of dreams and no explanation. Your laughter sounded different, like a passing song, and without saying a word, everything began to change. I never imagined that a single glance could stay forever. You were the first time the world stopped turning, the first time, the first story I didn't want to end. Don't let it end. And though life took us down a different path, when I close my eyes, to that first love, first love. The park benches remember, and the letters I never tore up, because some feelings learn to live right here. No matter how much time passes or how many years may come, there are loves that remain, even when they are gone. You were the first time the world stopped turning, the first time, the first story I didn't want to end. Don't let it end. And though life took us down a different path, when I close my eyes, I return to that first love, first love. You were the first time, and you will always hold a corner of my truth. The paint isn't the same anymore. The facade has lost its color. The window that faced the square no longer hears our voices. The bicycle isn't leaning there. The swing has gone silent. But I close my eyes for a moment, and it all begins again. I hear Mom in the kitchen, Dad arriving at the doorway, laughter filling the hallway, the TV playing in the background. They say that time takes houses away, but no one can take away the memories, because there are places that are never forgotten, even if the owners change, even if the lives within them change. There are places that disappear, but they never cease to exist inside us. places that disappear, but they never cease to exist inside us. And when the heart needs to return, it always finds the way home. So they can understand where I learned how to love. Today I close the door one last time, but I feel no sadness anymore, because I discovered that home was never that house. Home was always there. The owners change, even if the lives within them change. There are places that disappear, but they never cease to exist inside us. And when the heart needs to return, it always finds the way home. As long as I can remember them, that door will remain open.
I love reggae music.
I still hold on to that afternoon, like someone treasuring a flower, pressed between the pages of a notebook that never lost its scent. You arrived with the laughter of someone who doesn't know how to lie, and I'd invent any excuse just to see you coming my way. We were two small worlds, two aimless dreams, two hearts trembling without knowing it was love. And though life took a different path, though the years passed in silence, there is a place deep in my soul where it's still just the two of us. That first love never truly fades away. It lingers in a song, in a photograph, in an autumn day. That first love knows nothing of goodbyes. Even if it never returns, it always lights up our lives. That first love, that first love. I remember letters for In another cafe, perhaps we'll smile softly at what once was. I won't say I'm still waiting for you. You won't say you missed me. But in the silence, we'll both know that no one could ever replace you. That first love was brief, yet eternal. A light that was kindled when we were barely more than children. That first love remained where it began, in the most sincere part of my heart. That first love, nursed love, never truly fades away. It lingers in a song, in a photograph, in an autumn day. That first love knows nothing of goodbyes. Even if it never returns, it always lights up our lives. That first love, that first love. And though life moved on, though our fortunes changed, my first love will always bear your name. Whoa. There was a dirt road, a bar, and an old gate. Afternoons seemed to last forever, and no one spoke of growing up. The bicycle was a ship, the rain a sea of paper, and a single smile was enough to believe. It took so little to touch the sky, back when time moved much more slowly. Take me back to that summer without a clock. Take me back where dreams fit in my pocket. I wanna go back to hearing the street laugh, to running without fear, to being small again. Take me back. Take me back. The lights would come on late. Mom would call out from the balcony, and we would invent words with the strength of our hearts. We were kings of the pavement, and nothing could break us. Those days didn't leave, they just learned to wait, hidden within the child who still lives inside me, hidden within me. Take me back to that summer without a clock. Take me back where dreams fit in my pocket. They say the old station hardly sees trains anymore, but it still holds on to farewells on its platforms.
I arrived with a letter I wrote many years ago. I folded it so many times, it looked like my heart.
I never found the courage to send it. I thought time would do that work for me.
How naive we are when we believe that silence answers too.
If you ever read the words I kept, you will understand they never die.
The most important letters do not travel far.
They travel deep,
Deep in the soul.
I watched many trains depart. Some carried people,
Others carry chances.
I let slip away, and I realized too late.
We lose what we want when we never reach for it at all. I don't know if you still live there.
I don't know,
If you'll know my name.
but I needed this,
Final chapter.
even if only the wind reads it.
Today I leave this letter on the bench, not so you'll return, not so you'll stay,
But so my heart,
can finally move on.
the most important letters
Do not travel far. There are farewells,
that begin.
the day we stop keeping silent, make dreams come true.
There was always a light on when I returned at nightfall. An open window, the smell of coffee. The table was already set, even if I arrived late. And your eyes asked everything without saying a word. There was never a need for speeches or promises or reasons, because a hug from you set my heart right. Today I understand so many things that I didn't understand as a child. Home was never the house, it was always you. As long as that light stayed on, I was never afraid to come home.
Come home,
Because you were there waiting for me in silence,
with tired hands and a heart wide awake.
if I ever get lost,
I know how to find my way back.
I just have to look for the light
From that kitchen,
today the streets are different, the city has changed too. But every winter a memory from the past comes back.
the sound of your footsteps see me smile as long as that light stayed on.
Oh, I was never afraid to come home.
Come home, because you were there waiting for me in silence,
With tired hands
and a heart wide awake.
if I ever get lost,
I know how to find my way back
I just have to look for the light.
from that kitchen.
Maybe one day that house won't exist anymore,
Perhaps the table won't be in the same spot,
but there are lights that never go out.
because they live on inside the one who learned to love thanks to them.
And you keep illuminating
Every decision I make,
as long as a memory remains.
you will still be here, still be here.
In every winter coffee,
In every hug I give,
in every kind word that tries to sound like you.
because a mother never truly leaves.
She becomes that
Voice that appears just when you need it most.
and every time I turn a lamp back on, I'll return
For an instant to that kitchen,
where I learned that love always leaves the light on. There are homes,
that vanish with the years,
but mine
still holds your light.
I was told so many times I wouldn't make it. What I wanted to reach was too big, but every fall taught me something new. And today I walk a different path. No looking back, no turning around. I kept my name, I kept my ground. I discovered the strength was always here, right under the doubt,
Right under the fear,
I believe in myself, even if they say no. I believe in myself. I know my own voice. If fear comes back, I'll let it walk beside me, but it won't decide where I belong.
every wound was a teacher, every mistake a sign, gently pushing me forward till I found my truth. I wore the bruises like maps on my skin, each one saying, keep going.
I learned my lesson,
I learned my lesson,
I learned my name.
I learned my name.
What broke me open
Made me brave.
I don't need promises,
Just one more step. Dreams get built as we walk,
so I keep moving.
even when it's hard. One honest breath, one honest heart.
I believe in myself, and that's enough to start.
I believe in myself.
Today I trust my heart.
If fear comes back,
I'll let it walk beside me, shelter from a gray rainy afternoon. I didn't expect to find you at the table by the window. You were turned away from me, watching rain slide down the street, like time had decided to wait there quietly for us. 2 coffees on the table, a smile as we spoke. Years had passed, but still you felt like home. There are silences that don't feel awkward, because the heart already knows the answer. Let's toast to what we lost, to what made us grow. Let's toast to what we lost. Some people never go, even when life changes, even when doors close. If tomorrow pulls you away, stay a little longer, stay a little longer. We talked about our lives, about the dreams that changed, about the times we were close without ever quite meeting. We laughed at our fears, at how young we used to be, and we learned that life knows how to ask forgiveness too. There are silences that don't feel awkward, because the heart already knows the answer. Let's toast to what we lost, to what made us grow. Let's toast to what we lost. Some people never go, even when life changes, even when doors close. If tomorrow pulls you away, stay a little longer, stay a little longer. There isn't always a happy ending, but there are endings at peace, and that is also a way of loving, a way of leaving softly. Let's toast to this afternoon, to everything we live, to the kind of love that never made a sound. If you leave again, take this with you. There will always be a table waiting for the 2 of us. Let's toast to what we lost, to what made us grow. Let's toast to what we lost. Some people never go, even when life changes, even when doors close. If tomorrow pulls you away, stay a little longer, stay a little longer. Ooh, ooh, ooh. The 2 cups were left empty, but the heart came away full. There were days I froze in place, doubt was loud in my ears. Every door said no to me, and the mirror fed my fears.
Dreams went quiet one by one, promises fell through. Still a small voice in my chest said, what you seek, you carry too.
wasn't the wind that changed me.
I learned how to sail.
The road stayed just the same. I changed my grip on the rail. Today I believe again
In the best of me.
Today I believe again.
I was meant to breathe.
Even when I hit the dark, I found my way home.
No one can break the light I learned to hold.
They told me, let it go. Big dreams don't last.
But every scar I wore turned into a map.
Every hidden tear I shed showed me where to turn.
I am not someone new. I am who I had to learn.
I don't need permission now
To rise and run.
The hardest walls I had were made inside my mind. Today I believe again
In the best of me.
Today I believe again.
I was meant to breathe. Even when I hit the dark,
I found my way home.
no one can break the light I learned to hold. If I fall tomorrow, I'll stand. If I shake, I'll try. Courage isn't never falling, it's choosing still to climb.
And if fear comes back around,
I know what to do. I don't intend to give up. Not on me, not on you.
today I believe again.
Stronger than before.
Today I believe again.
I am asking for more.
Even when the night comes down,
I know where to go. No one can break the light I learned to hold. Today I live again.
today I believe.
As long as this heart still beats, there's a reason to keep going. I found it in a drawer, an old notebook, worn and small. Clumsy drawings in the back. Promises I thought would call. It said I'd conquer the sea, make a living from my songs, learn to fly above the years. But the bills kept pulling on, and dreams don't know how to die. They wait for you. They just stay there in the dark till you come through. I open up my notebook again. There are still pages left. Dreams are never late. They wait on the heart. I open up my notebook again. This time I won't look back. Dreams are never late. They live in me. I'm no longer that young man who dreamed without